begins.
Here we are, the end of South by Southwest 2011, according to me, Matthew Rory of Screen.com. It's still going to go on for a while. A lot of movies still to come, but we're unfortunately heading back home to San Francisco. But we wanted to take you through blow by blow the entire weekend that we spent here, and we're going to start off Thursday when we cat into town here in Austin. Landed, had a good time. We went to pick up our badges of all things, kind of the one thing you need to have at a conference. Thursday was kind of just badge pickup day. Nobody was really here. No parties going on, anything like that. Went out at midnight to Battle Los Angeles, which was not a show, not a convention movie at all. We just went out to a movie theater with a bunch of other people and saw that, reviewed it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just very loud, kind of cliched, but entertainingly dumb, which I always appreciate in a movie. We got back real late. We saw Reggie Watts at our screening of all things, the comedian who went around with Conan O'Brien. That looks like an amazing pizza.
Here, go ahead.
So Friday morning, we had to switch hotels. So that was our journey for the day. But then we went to Source Code. My favorite film of 2011 so far. Jake Gyllenhaal in attendance, Vera Farmiga, Michelle Monaghan, the director, Duncan Jones. Really, really, really good movie. I really liked it a lot. And that was basically our Friday night. We had a few drinks, we had a good time. Saturday morning, we got up and went to the Source Code panel. Really entertaining, and it was really bizarre because that was an all-star cast. Maybe not Tom Cruise showing up or whatever, but it was a small room and it wasn't even full. And then after that, I went to the Super panel with James Gunn and Rainn Wilson. Popular dudes. They filled maybe 800-room, big-ass conference center. Line out the door. People were standing room only. They called up Ellen Page, who couldn't make it. Rainn called her up on his phone and had her talking to his microphone and stuff like that. So it was kind of cute. So we got out of the Super panel, had a bite to eat. We went to Logan's for a bit. Here we are, Joey.
Hey, Matt.
Where are we? Logan's on 6. I answered my own question. I wound up going over to see the screening of Super later on the night at the Paramount. Really beautiful theater, had a good time. I actually enjoyed the movie quite a bit, more than I thought I would based on the footage that it showed last year at Comic-Con. So we came back here and crashed, got about 4 hours of sleep, I think. So we got a bit of a late start on Sunday. It was daylight savings time. We all had to jump ahead an hour, so that basically meant we got less sleep than we normally did. We went to bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Went to a really fun panel with Robert Rodriguez and Greg Rucka, who talked about adapting comic book characters to the big screen with Sin City, Whiteout, and it was really fun to hear, especially Greg Rucka, who I respect a lot. I've read a lot of his books, not just comic books, but his novels. And he talked about Whiteout, bringing it to the big screen, how they had to cobble together 6 scripts and things like that. Didn't sound very happy with the process, but he kind of said, okay, it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever written, so I just kind of, had to let it go. Very pragmatic about the whole thing, and Robert Rodriguez was really informative too. And after that, I actually went to a fun little panel with an old friend of mine named James Roque, who used to live up in San Francisco with us. It was about film press and film bloggers and how you relate to PR people and what the kind of little challenges you have being a person who works on press for films and a reporter and things like that. I'm probably not going to write that one up. I got some good pictures, but it was more just for me. After that, took a break. I went over to see Paul at the Paramount again. A big premiere with Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, Kristen Wiig, and Greg Mottola was in attendance. I didn't really care for it too much. It was a very nerdy film, and I enjoy nerd culture, but this movie kind of too much of that wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here's a Star Wars line kind of thing. So that was South by Southwest 2011. My first time at the conference. I had a really good time. But it was more of a learning experience than I kind of intended it to be. I wish I had time to go see more stuff. Unfortunately, covering it by yourself is kind of like playing tennis against a really good opponent. You try to run over and cover one thing, and then by the time you get done with that, you're out of position for the shot that's coming back at you that you probably would find really interesting too. A lot of long lines was what I take away from this whole experience. You got to really have maybe 2 or 3 people covering everything if you want to get a good broad spectrum of stuff. But we'll be back next year with more coverage, more is our motto here at Screen.com. Not really, but we'll be back next year, bigger and better. And it's been a fun time this year, but I think next year our coverage will be really special. So thank you in the meantime for coming to Screen.com. I'm Matthew Rory. This is Screen.com. Thank you for watching our coverage, and we will see you soon.